What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do an all my love reading for the sign of Aries. Okay, Aries, you guys are last but not least in the zodiac lineup for group 3. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. This is pretty much your second, really kind of third reading of the month for February. You do still have some untapped energy. If you haven't seen it, is your monthly manifestation for February. We're almost out. This is literally the last week of February. So hopefully you get a chance to tap into that energy. Okay. Full moon was on the 24th. Which should be, if you are following the monthly manifestations to start since January, um, they are revamped in the sense of allowing you to kind of hone in on what it is you want to manifest moving forward. Hopefully, you are enjoying those readings. And so the 24th was a time of completion to wrap up anything that you were working on. So hopefully you've been able to tap into that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and deal with love, obviously, for you guys. This is subconscious love. So basically, on your side, pretty much, only really evaluating the situation that you're in or a particular person if it's really heavy on your mind. Um, you still do have the heart's desire reading, so any residual energy might roll over into that. These readings are pretty much kind of being geared towards the Sun and Venus placements of Aries. Okay, so if you're in Aries, Sun, or Venus, this would make more sense for you, or you may have a placement in third or fifth house of your birth chart. Okay, if you're not an Aries and you just want to tap into a birth chart placement. Okay, if you are interested in birth charts, I do not do birth charts. However, I've been talking about them on the channel and finally found the websites for two that I've been mentioning since I've been doing readings. So if you go to my community posts, there are two. One that is from Yasmin Bolin. Both are free. Hers is pretty much just talking about the birth chart placements. No real description, but just seeing what signs are in your birth chart and what placement they're in. It goes up to about the 9th or 10th house under hers. And then you have numerology.com. That one is the one that I used to compare with her reading, her birth chart reading for me. And that one was a lot more descriptive as far as giving innate descriptions of each placement and what sign, what it means to have a particular sign in that placement. And it goes up to about the 12th house. Okay. But they both, I did it twice just to see if they would match. Okay. Make sure you fill out all the information. That means filling out your time of birth. It really makes a difference if you don't put that in there. And plus your place of birth, because it's all about reading the astrological chart around that time of when you were born. Okay. So place and time make a difference on the date. Okay, both of them are free. Okay, you'll get an email. It'll be a PDF of your birth chart information. It's really informative. I really enjoyed it and was very insightful. Okay, so with that being said, hopefully you guys can take advantage of that. Now, one from the top is your energy. One from the bottom is the energy of the situation and or person. And then we have one energetically from the middle. I'm going to use this one here. which is the energy between you and the situation and or person, okay? So kind of like the outcome, all right? So let's see where your energy is lying, Aries, to start. And it's in creativity, okay? Creativity, all right? So it says you love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. Okay. I think creativity is, this might be the first time I'm ever seeing this one come out. You love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. Okay. So maybe right now your energy is sitting in being very creative in the sense of maybe some form of activity or something for you and your loved one to do, or loved ones, okay? It could be maybe going somewhere to do some kind of activity of some sort, or just something like a staycation, if you will. Not really able to go out or travel, so why not bring the travel to you, okay? There are, I love little stuff like that. I ain't even gonna lie. So Aries, go ahead and get creative with it. Okay. Not sure what you could possibly do. Maybe some kind of island time theme or something like that. If you have the ability to either have like a fire stick or a smart TV by chance, I would, suggest kind of looking up some form of like scenery, like waterfalls or islandscapes on YouTube and stream it to your TV. If you have a decent sized TV, it literally makes you feel like you're immersed at a beach or something, like a beach landscape or something. And then maybe have some nice music playing, some candles. I don't know why, but this is the vibe that I'm feeling, okay? So if that's what you're doing right now, I am not going to hold you. I would love that. I actually I do that sometimes when I'm working. I'll put on a meditation or something, or before I go to bed. As you all know, I'll possibly meditate before I go to bed, and I'll put on maybe like water sounds or nature. Sometimes if I don't really want to feel like I need to work on a chakra or something. And so it's very immersive. And like at the beginning of COVID, I don't know why I did this. Maybe my inner child needed it, but I had found this water park video on YouTube, and I have a pretty nice sized TV. And so it actually made me feel like I was sliding with the people on TV. If you would have like sprayed me with some water, I would have thought I was at the water park too. Just to kind of immerse me a little bit in the sense of just imagining myself at a water park. Even though I'm really not fond of them, I'll stand, like if it's like at Busch Gardens or something, I'll stand on the bridge or something and maybe get a little bit wet, but that's about it. But I've been on water rides and it's fine. But now as I get older, it's like maybe I'm concerned about my hair or my clothes or something. I don't want to keep walking around wet. So nonetheless, that's just me. So again, you're being very creative with your person on what you can do with limited funds. Okay, there are a lot of things you can do. So let's move on to the energy of the person and or situation, which is self-love. Okay, self-love. All right. It says you realize that love of self is necessary to love another. Okay, love of self is necessary to love another. This is the energy of the person and or situation. Okay, now I know what I just said. Okay, and hear me out. Okay, this is the energy of the person and or situation. Possibly your person has had to do some kind of self-love because you have been busy. Okay, in the sense of whether it be work, which this was kind of the case of your energy, maybe like about a few weeks back, pretty much the beginning of January, I believe, with y'all's reading. Okay, and even maybe end of last year, of me warning you guys about burnout. Okay, and that definitely I remember being the case in January. Okay, And so possibly, you need a reprieve, and so does your person. Okay, so your person has had to, if you live together, they've had to deal with you not being at home or coming home late night and not really having any energy at all. Okay, if you live separate from each other, they've had to be okay with you not being around. Okay, so it's something that maybe you want to do for not only your person but for the both of you and yourself, is finally having some downtime. Okay, so within having that downtime, Aries, you probably want some downtime for yourself to rest before doing something special for your person. Okay, because you know that's going to be a lot of possible catching up and things like that. Okay, so let's see what this energy equates to between the two of you, and it's virtue. Okay, virtue, which says you acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourages others to grow. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourages others to go. Okay, sometimes, and I'm trying to think of the saying, in which I think it's patience is a virtue. Okay, in the sense of both of you being very patient with each other, because when you come back together, it's heavenly in a way. Okay, time and space just seems to you know bring you two closer in a way. Okay, it doesn't matter how far or how long apart you are, it just makes you yearn for each other a little bit more. Okay, so patience definitely in your relationship is a virtue. Possibly, coincidentally, is a feeling of maybe between the both of you. You both have had busy schedules. Like when you're busy, your person's not busy. When your person's busy, you're busy. It's like your schedules have been really off, especially if you don't live with each other. Okay, so let's get into the second part of your reading, which is what is Aries focused on as it's pertaining to love. Okay, what is Aries focused on as it pertains to love? All right. If this was enough for you and you're out of here, then by all means, I totally understand. Truly appreciate your patronage. We have one more reading, so hopefully you guys are able to catch that. If not, make sure you hit subscribe so that way you can be notified the next time I do a reading for your sign. Okay? Just some light shuffling here before we shuffle. Do have addiction and date showing up. Okay, so a little bit I'm feeling the word obsession, maybe a little bit codependent, and then dating, planning or set a date, like I said, with date coming out. So obsessing over each other, possibly in the sense of and then also needing each other in some kind of way, whether it be physical or emotional. Okay, date and kisses, unconditional loving and giving. Okay, still with dates, set that time to be with each other because you both need it. And then we're going to go ahead and split the deck. And you guys know what happens here. One from the top and one directly from the bottom. Okay. You can take both of these for yourself. One for yourself and one towards the situation, or both towards the situation. Let's see what you have first as far as what you are focused on pertaining to love. Camera, okay? Camera, which says reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, make memories, okay? So maybe there's some form of maybe pictures. You need new pictures together. I'm feeling a situation of maybe some family photos possibly being done for something, maybe a graduation or something coming up. Something in particular that definitely you want to keep for sure. I don't feel anything about, anything from the past, but new memories are to come, something special. Okay, so maybe that's what's been keeping you guys kind of busy and not really being able to have any intimacy lately. Okay, next, what is Aries focused on pertaining to love and its abundance? Okay, maybe you're concerned about money with stuff that's coming up as of recently. Keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, gratitude and bliss. Okay, there is an immense abundance. If it's bliss, gratitude, maybe you're glad that your kid is getting ready to graduate or something, or has become, more independent in a way, possibly. Maybe also a feeling of someone getting their first place or something. So something major happening in your family dynamic that will allow you to possibly have a little bit more time either to yourself or with your person. Okay, but definitely a lot of abundance happening here. Like I said, some wiggle room for some extra finances, or you're spending for these memories that are coming up. Okay, so that definitely veers off of, the primary relationship situation on this first line. Okay, on this first spread. So now we're going to get into what is the outcome of the energy. Now, Aries, since this reading is a little bit split in the sense of which I think since Pisces, Aquarius, and now yourself have mixed energy, like I stated in the beginning of the reading. So if you are a Sun or Venus, possibly even Moon too, then this reading is possibly for you. Okay, those who are in a placement, another sign with a placement that has Aries in it, are 9 times out of 10 in this second line. Okay, but may have some resonance at the top. Okay, so let's see what the outcome is going to be for Aries. 3 shuffles here. Heart's Desire will be coming out in a few. And so you may have a different set of Aries come those readings. Okay. Let's see what we have for you guys, Aries. Same as before. 1 from the top and 1 from the bottom. Okay. Same situation. Let's start with what is the first card here, and it is soulmate. Okay, soulmate. What is the outcome? Maybe you were thinking about a particular person, how things are going with you guys lately. Maybe you've been together for a while. Soulmate is the answer for you. Yes, this is your soulmate. Okay, you've been maybe questioning it, maybe taking some time looking at pictures of you two, or maybe you find yourself kind of looking in the mirror if you're like hugged up with this person, maybe like getting ready for work in the morning. You live together, possibly, or you haven't made the decision of whether or not you want to live together yet, but you do spend a lot of time together. It's this energy of maybe you spend weekends a lot, or maybe a whole week sometimes, and just kind of stare at each other, or without that person seeing it, you kind of stare at your reflection. It's the cutest thing. I've done it before in the past, and it just makes you kind of look at this person in a different light, in the sense of, I think this person is the one. I think that's the feeling that Aries you've been getting. Total different set of Aries, like I said, possibly someone who's a different sign with Aries. All right, Second message, so we can wrap you guys up. Again, kind of love yourself first. This is split, okay? Love yourself first, which says your self respect makes you more romantically attractive, okay? Your self respect makes you more romantically attractive. In that instance, it's possible that your person knows you have a busy schedule and you let them know that work takes precedent, or you prioritize your time, okay, in the sense of you need you time every now and again, and sometimes we all do. It's better to communicate that than to just ghost someone and not tell them, okay? In my personal opinion, especially regardless of if you're in a relationship or if it's platonic, you should always be able to reach out to someone and say, hey, I'm having a really, whether it be a stressful week, or if it's just work is like really bogging you down, or you're going to be out of town and you and this person have a routine, you should at least express to them, hey, just so you know, I'm going to be away for a little bit. I'll be back on such and such date. You have that open communication, which makes you a lot more attractive to them, because one, it's not so much about boundaries, it's about open communication, okay? And so maybe they didn't receive that from someone that they were with in the past, and it's very mature energy, okay? So they have no choice but to respect it, and hopefully it's reciprocated in the sense of, if you lead by example in your relationship, then they also provide you with the same respect, okay? So, with that being said, Aries, I think that is all that I have for you this evening. Again, Heart's Desire readings are coming up. So, until then, peace.